Hello, it's Photoshop time.
Alright, today we're going to go to learn Photoshop. First, look in the top right hand corner and go to the spotlight and type in Photoshop to find the application. Once you find it, it'll be hopping around on the dock. Now that you've opened your Photoshop application, you can go ahead and try to import your photos.
Alright, one way you can import photos, if you have a folder with photos in them, you can go into them and then you can open them with Photoshop. As you can see here, it already kind of opens in a normal picture, but we're going to want to open it with Photoshop and it'll have an application there.
Now that you've opened it, it's time to start editing your photo. So first, you want to erase all of the background from that picture. Here we have Woody from Toy Story. Now, we don't want all of that red back there, so we're going to go into the eraser tools and click Background Erase. This is going to create a background, this one's black, and fill that background with that. You can increase the size or decrease the size of your eraser to where it'll be either smaller or bigger.
And one thing you can do is there's a magic eraser tool. This is what we're using right now. But this is just another way to erase things in your picture. And this is one real manual way to do it. You can go in and physically do everything you want. But if you just, if you're kind of lazy and you want to get everything in bulk, you can push the magic eraser tool and click it. And it'll erase a certain color in that area.
Yeah, those checkered white and gray marks means that it's going to be see-through in the final product. Now, if you want to erase a lot in a very short amount of time, you can go ahead and lasso the rest of the selection. Now, this will grab everything within that area, and if you press delete, it'll just disappear. Another great way to just cut down in bulk really fast is to crop everything out. That can be found on the left-hand side toolbar, and you just select the amount that you would like to crop, and you enter that, and then you have your final product. Now we're going to go to selecting filters. Filters can be used for many things if you wanted to add a texture to something or if you just want to make something look a little different. Here there's many options and we're going to look at a few of them. Right now you have colored pencil, or you could do highlighted, or you could do accentuated, darkened features. And I don't know if I'm feeling any of these, so I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and try to maybe use that one. No, I'm feeling this one. So we've already applied this filter. Now if we also wanted to get rid of all the colors, since we may be using a black and white photo, you're going to go to Mode instead and use the Grayscale. Go ahead and destroy all of the color info, and it's going to ask you whether or not you want to. You press OK. Now you're going to want to import your background photo, the photo in which you want to add Woody to.
Alright, we're going to do, this is another way you can change the way your picture looks. You can flip it, you can also rotate it to whichever you would like. And what we're going to do here, we're going to move this picture into the other picture so we can start merging these two photos together. We're going to make this a little bit smaller, put this at the bottom of the playhouse. And this is a good way to make photos converge, and
So if you can see, that photo is pretty small, so we're going to zoom in by using Command and Scroll. If you do that, you can look at a section of the photo in a magnificent way. So now what we're going to explore is the dodge, burn, and blur tools. Now dodge is what you would use to make it a lot darker. This can be used by increasing the exposure, which means basically increasing the strength of the dodge or how much you want to darken it. You can see that that's very dark. Everything that we do today can be reversed easily by Command Z, or if you want to jump steps back, go ahead and do Option Command Z. This is the dodge tool, and it's going to make everything a lot lighter so that you can blend into the environment. With all of these, you can change how big your tool is, like that, but maybe we want something a little smaller, so we're going to select a smaller size so we can do that. After you've got it to what you want, you may want to blur the edges or blur it into the environment. Now I don't think that fits, so I'm going to do Command Z. And now we can go ahead and start moving it around a little bit and just experimenting with how strong the blur is. So let's go ahead and move this into a position that kind of looks natural. Alright, that looks a little bit natural. Now we can zoom in and we can do the final effects to where it'll blend in. That part needs to be a little lighter so that it can blend into the background, but this part needs to be a little darker on the bottom because of the shadows. Yeah. Now if you zoom out, that looks a little bit more realistic. Now we're gonna go to save so that we can find this later on, and so that that's our final product. We're gonna go and save to the desktop so it's easily accessible, and that's it for today. And now we're gonna go ahead and look how to delete something without it looking like we just deleted something. If you see the hot air balloon in the background, it's pretty obvious. Say we want to use this Grand Canyon picture for something, for other purposes. We can go ahead and lasso just the hot air balloon all the way around. Then we're gonna press delete. Eventually. Now it's gonna stop you from deleting it automatically, and you're gonna want to say content aware. A content aware is gonna take its surroundings and be aware of it. Imagine that. Now, since some of the surroundings include canyons, it's going to go ahead and add a canyon into it. So you're just going to repeat this process until it looks natural. So we're going to go content aware again, and I see a few little marks that they're little pieces of canyon. So we're going to want to get rid of those by doing the exact same process. Make sure that the area you lasso is big enough to actually be deleted. If it's not, then it's gonna go ahead and not happen. But this is gonna end up being your final product, and look,